Monday. That for me is like Sunday part 2, which I love. All Sundays should be 2-day events.
I know. We got to figure out, how to standardize a 3-day weekend for all.
It has to happen. And I get a 3-day, and I didn't realize next weekend I get a 3-day weekend because it's Labor Day. Ooh, I just heard thunder. So things could get interesting.
Oh, boy.
I don't need any more interesting storms. We don't need it. It needs to go away.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the worst.
Far away.
Yeah. Or you have to redo the quote. But what's even worse is you get it all fixed and then that's when the big one hits.
But in theory, the new roof will be more resistant to damage.
The theory.
Right? Well, I'm just glad that it's not leaking. That was like, because I couldn't tell how bad the roof was until I saw it from a different angle. Mm-hmm. Luckily, there's old shingles under the top layer of shingles, so it's keeping the rain out of my house.
Double shingles. To double shingles.
Cheers. Cheers. And Heather's using her chalice this evening.
Yes. I brought out a chalice that I have never used to follow our own advice and use my pretty things.
Use your pretty things.
Yes.
And I, unfortunately, broke one of my favorite mugs.
Oh, dear.
At work. It's been a little while ago. I still haven't thrown it away because I'm sad about it.
Sometimes it's hard to let go, even if it's in pieces.
So I was like, ugh. But this weekend I had West Virginia PopCon. I was selling my crafty wares at. And on Saturday, there was also an art market outside of the location. Hey, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
And one of the potters I follow posted images of these mugs that she was going to have. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I need one of those. And so I didn't know she would still have some when I finished on Saturday, but she did. So
awesome. Oh, I love it. Do you know that I have a very small crescent moon collection? I love them.
She's toasting. She's got her little
I love her.
Drink, and then she's sitting on the moon.
I love it.
And then on the back there's a little flower.
Oh yeah, that's really, really sweet. I love it.
And then there's this little bubble of clay right here. I just like it. So
that's fantastic.
So it's Siren Pottery.
Siren Pottery, and she has her own website or an Instagram.
It's sirenpottery.com, and there's her Instagram.
Is it siren_pottery? Okay.
Yeah. So
that's great.
And I think these are one of her little because they look like bubbles, and of course she's got the siren blowing bubbles there. So
so it's a signature. Yeah. That's really neat. Oh, wow. So I wanted to ask, so the West Virginia PopCon, what are the big headliners that happens there?
We it's not like your traditional Comic-Con with big headliners. Actually, this is the first year they've had a few celebrities. There was a WWE guy who I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's mainly there's a lot of comic artists, artists who have drawn for Marvel, DC, etc. Plus local artists and crafty people like me set up there. And then they have panels by cosplayers, telling other people how to get into cosplay, how to do it, on a budget or what have you. And if you're thinking about cosplay, just do it because it's fun. And then they have competitions for the cosplayers. I didn't get to take very many pictures because, I was talking to people. They were walking around. There's a very good Dr. Strange. I did take his picture. I don't think I posted it, though. And then there's a local group who always have good costumes, but they're a lightsaber school. Though they're not allowed to call it lightsaber school. They teach you how to fight with swords of light, shall we say.
Swords of Light School.
Yeah, they're called the Outer Rim Praxium, and I know like two of the people who run it because we run into each other at cons all the time, and they're lots of fun. But
I want to welcome Vintage Widow because I don't know if we have had the pleasure of her company. So welcome.
Hello, welcome. I've been talking about Sheila's here, Susan's here, Christine.
Yes, Susan.
Peggy. So many people. We're so happy you're here.
All right, let me pop that down.
Yeah. No, I always wanted to join the fighting school, but there's only so much time in the day. Sadly.
I know it. It's only so much time in the day, and I haven't had much time to do some of the things I like to do. I mean, other things I like to do, but I've been so busy with some of these live sales that I haven't gotten to see. I haven't visited Susan in a week, so I know she has a video that I need to watch. I mean, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah. There's big thunder happening.
Right now? Mm-hmm. All I hear right now is our sprinklers.
Okay.
The water is running through the pipes underneath. So
I'm not seeing much lightning, so hopefully that means it's far away.
Yeah. Are your cats okay with the thunder?
Oh no, Mitzi's hiding.
Okay.
She was sitting here and now she's gone.
Oh.
She's not a fan.
No.
But it is. She'll get used to it eventually. She used to be terrified of the toilet flushing.
Ooh.
Like
usually cats like to try to perch on the toilet and drink from the water and things like that.
Mine have never done that. Malcolm just uses it as a stepping stool to get to where the food is. Like, because I used to keep his food on a table near the toilet. So he was like, well, I know if I got up there, I can get over there.
Oh, yeah.
And he never fell in, to my knowledge.
Yeah. Crafty, agile creatures.
Or indeed. But, no, she, as soon as the thunder hits, she's guaranteed she's in my closet right now, like buried underneath clothes in the corner.
Oh.
She was an outdoor cat, though, so, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
What did she do when she was outdoors?
Oh, she hid under my parents' workshop or the porch.
Mm-hmm.
But how is everyone's Monday?
Yeah. Any eventful happenings that should be shared?
I'm ready for an uneventful week.
Yeah.
I would love an uneventful week. It would be fabulous.
Peggy and her husband Jose came over for dinner on Friday night at my house. So I kind of entertained. Basically, my husband entertained. he chefed. He cleaned. But they brought their dog and, Ringo, and he kind of enjoyed the yard.
Only kinda?
He's the kind of animal that sticks close to his mama and papa.
Okay.
So he won't really venture away, even though there was a huge yard for him to run around. It's like, no, unless they got up and moved, then he could go run.
He's like, no, I don't want it.
Yeah.
So, well, shall we?
Susan finished her fall decorating and she's ready for filming. Oh,
no, summer's still up for me.
I've gotten some stuff on my mantle shelf for Halloween, but there's a lot of other things I want to try to do. So, but that's gearing me up, Susan. It's getting me raring to go. I'm ready to get started.
Wow, I just got the notification that you were live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just now? 10 minutes after?
10 minutes after.
Eek.
I know.
Well, maybe some more folks will come on over.
You'll never know. We'll still talk about it. Well, this a community highlight first, because Kathy always shares fun little pictures of her different collections. So I wanted to put these two up here that I really liked. I love her little frozen Charlottes in the lipstick holder.
That's adorable.
And then this image on the right with the little cubbies with all the little cats in it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I love tiny things. So I love
you could do that with all of your little caged creatures.
Well, you'll see. So this image is what gave me the inspiration for my celebrating collections.
Awesome.
Anon. So
I have not picked up a lipstick holder because I haven't really wanted one or had a need for one. But now that I see this,
if you find a silver one,
I might just do it if I see one.
Because it would work really well with your cups and stuff.
Yes, exactly. So now I'm thinking about it. I mean, I always put my babies in the cups, but I love this idea.
I mean, I have a lipstick holder I'm looking at right now, but I don't use it for lipsticks. I use it. Though I actually don't use the lipstick holes for it.
Ooh!
There's stuff in there. But these are my paintbrushes and my sculpting tools.
I love this.
Isn't she cool?
I love it.
So.
And is that pottery? Is that ceramic?
Ceramic.
Ooh, that's another cool idea.
It's from our own import, Japan. So, 40s, 50s.
Well, too bad Kathy isn't here to enjoy us highlighting.
I'll send it to her later. Hooty hoos.
I picked some owls for celebrating collections because, well, heck, we're getting toward fall and they're so cute.
Is that image on the right from Ethel?
Yes. She just has so many collections. She's a very she's an easy fallback location to go to when you're kind of just figuring out what do I want to celebrate this week. So yes, Ethel.
I love those little hats.
She inspired this I saw the photo and it's fantastic. You've got the tiered metal garden, whatever you want to call it, shelving that is usually for flower pots. Those are so cute for these owls. And the little hats, just so dang cute. And, you don't have to go kitschy. You can go brass. You can go traditional with the Degenhardt glass owls that come in a plethora of colors.
Or even my modern ones. I mean,
yeah,
you can just mix it all up.
Mix it all up or choose one. They look good as a group. Well, I think we've established that we do like a lot of groupings of things. Owls apply.
Well, Sheila, it's funny that you should say that because my celebrating collection is about printer's trays.
Is it? Oh, wow. Look at that.
She did, Susan. She adds the little hats to the owls.
Yeah.
I have 2 printer's trays upstairs, and it's in the plan is to clean it up. I was going to like seal it, but I'm on the fence about that. But I'm going to hang mine this way, up and down.
Yes.
For all my tiny things that I collect.
Have you tried like oiling it first before sealing it? Like seeing if you just like an oiled finish?
Well, I am just going to like clean it with like Murphy's oil soap.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Because, but like you don't want to store anything paper or tarnishable in these because of the ink that is like soaked into the wood, and that ink can come back out into.
So, hence why you would want to
seal
that.
But if I'm putting like porcelain things in there, glass things in there, they're not going to be hurt by it whatsoever. So, but if you're using it for like jewelry storage, you're going to want to like do like a clear coat or something on it to keep those things contained.
Yeah.
But I love this one on the left. It's like a tiny little apothecary.
Look at all the little bottles. Oh, that's so cute.
And there's a sage bundle there too.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Yeah.
But then on the right is this girl. She bought this for her daughter. Those are just the little girl's little toys. They're completely modern toys. But you stick them in a printer's tray and it looks like a collection. And I bet she has fun like taking them out and putting them back in.
Yep.
And then this is just, because if you search printer trays, you will find all kinds of collections kept in them. So like here you get, fossils, tiny toys, little buttons. And then on the top, you see the bride and groom. That was this person's wedding toppers. They used Pez as their wedding cake topper.
Oh, did you see my celebrating collection? Next.
No, I did not. I mean, I saw it vaguely, but I didn't look at it in depth.
We just keep kind of rolling in with each other. I like it.
It's just, and then so the one on the right, it's not a collection per se, but she uses it to see the stuff she needs to use for her.
It's beautiful.
It's just, it's pretty and functional.
Yes, it's a beautiful work area. Just beautiful.
Hiya, Jan.
Hi, Jan.
So that was.
I love this idea. And I don't know if you watch Catherine Young, but she just did a video on Saturday.
Our Cabinet of Curiosities.
Yes, where she made her printer.
I didn't get to watch it, but it's on my to-watch list.
Yeah. So, and the most inspired thing that I liked about it, I mean, she put some great things in there, but she decided to remove the backing of the tray, and she did an ephemera collage kind of for the sections. You have to watch how she kind of did it.
So I bought a whole stack of these one point in time, and I turned them into jewelry holders for my mom and sisters. And I took old maps and cut them out. Areas that had meaning for each of them, like places. Like for my mom, it was, like where she was born, our hometown.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Symbols that relate to your family.
So I cut out those map pieces and then, decoupage them in various cubbies.
Yeah.
But then I left the rest. And then I screwed in like cup hooks all along the bottom so she could hang jewelry. And then the other ones were for, whatever else you want to put in them. But they make great jewelry holders. But again, you need to seal them because it will tarnish your silver, etc. But moving on.
Good advice. Good advice.
I did not. So that's so funny.
Well, yeah, I chose.
There's no Pez dispensers in there, though.
No Pez dispensers. But how cute are they? I mean, of course, I love the little ones at the top that are like the penny dolls.
Yeah.
But you could go like the largest picture is much more traditional vintage toppers that
like
they have like the nice arches.
Toppers.
Yeah. Well, these ones look, maybe they could be 80s. They almost look a little more 50s to me, but I don't know. Maybe they are 80s. They do look
Well,
really
I think maybe like they came back in the 80s.
Oh, maybe.
They're based on the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
I love the skull one in the top there on the left.
I know. Yeah, the one on the left is it's a long picture of a longer little shelf unit. And so top and bottom is someone's collection there where it's a little bit more of a variety. But they are so cute, and I thought I'd share.
Jan thinks they're creepy.
All of them are creepy, or just the skeletons are creepy?
Skeletons are my kind of creepy.
You think the bride and grooms are creepy? I guess you could really go creepy.
Could be.
Paint them.
But, okay.
Hi, Mary.
Hey, Mary. Well, so my media must is not in any way vintage. Like, well, the book is vintage, I guess, technically. So, Neil Gaiman is, all the rage right now with the Sandman, but I love Stardust is my favorite. I watched the movie before I read the book, but I read the book and I still love the movie. So that's always a good thing, right?
Yes.
And it's got great costuming. It's just like a modern fairy tale in essence. And it's got, great actors. Michelle Pfeiffer, Robert De Niro, Claire Danes. And then, Charlie Cox plays the main character, who most people now know as Daredevil. But I first saw him in this movie. But then also I was rewatching clips of it, and Henry Cavill is in it.
I know the name, but I can't think of the
Witcher.
The Witcher. Holy cow. How about it?
Though I first met him in The Count of Monte Cristo. He played the son. But yeah, I love Stardust, and if you just want a little light escapism with some witchcraft and some other things, of course, I included this one picture because if you remember from last week when I talked about the Vardo,
yes,
there's a Vardo in it.
Vardo right there.
And it's just great fun, and I recommend it. I need to rewatch it actually because what was I was watching I watched like a therapy YouTube channel. That's called
Watch a therapy?
Yeah, wait. It's called Cinema Therapy, where there's an actual therapist who like talks about therapeutic things through the scope of a movie. Like, like in this one it's like infatuation versus like real connection. So, yeah. So it's good.
Cinema Therapy. And this is this a cable channel or
it's a YouTube channel?
It's a YouTube channel.
YouTube channel, yeah. I found him on YouTube.
Cinema Therapy.
One real fun one I just watched was he ranked the relationships in Love Actually from worst to best.
Let me guess, he didn't like any of them.
He's like, they're all pretty bad. I still love that movie though. And then, so going from Stardust to my next media must are my favorite Shakespearean adaptations. I am not actually a huge fan of Shakespeare's tragedies. However, I love Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet just for the costumes, the people, and the spectacle of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot Robin Williams was in it. There's Gerard Depardieu, and there's so many people in that movie, and of course, Kate Winslet is in it, and but it is set in a, you know, like, would it be late 1800s? I think is the area the time period they set it in. But y'all, it's 4 hours of your life, so unless you really enjoy Shakespeare, I don't recommend like settling down to watch it for a light evening. But then my other one is A Midsummer's Night Dream from the late 1990s with Michelle Pfeiffer again and Kevin Kline. And then Stanley Tucci is like the perfect Puck that there can be.
If I saw this, I don't really remember it.
No. That one I do recommend you watch because Midsummer's Night Dream is one of my favorite comedies.
Let's see. In 1999, Skylar would have been 2. I was probably just, young mother of a young
Exhausted.
child. Yeah, I didn't get to see a whole lot.
And then, so this movie, She's the Man, you look at it, you're like, okay, what? And then, but if you watch it, it's actually an adaptation of 12th Night.
Okay.
Set in the early 2000s. So Amanda Bynes dresses up, pretends to be her brother. You know, if you know the story of 12th Night, then like if you go into it watching it with that in the back of your mind, it's a lot more fun to watch. But it's just one of those. I mean, Channing Tatum's in it. So
bye, Christine. Thanks for stopping by.
I don't know that I've watched a Much Ado About Nothing. Well, of course, then there's 10 Things I Hate About You, which has some nods to Shakespeare in it, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. And then I was going to include this, but it's not an actual Shakespeare adaptation, and a lot of people don't like the movie version because it's meant to be a play, but it's Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead with Tim Roth and Sirius Black, Gary Oldman.
Okay. I didn't even know they did a film version of that.
They did. And I think it was in the 90s as well.
Okay.
And Richard Dreyfuss plays like the lead comic player. And that was the thing, was like everybody's like, it doesn't make sense as a film. But I mean, I watched it.
Yeah.
And I liked it. So there's that. Those are my media musts.
Wow. Well, I'm glad I skipped the media must, but I'm glad that I didn't really even. I don't need to feel guilty about it at all.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, this week I basically just wanted to escape into films. Did I get to actually do that? No. But I was sitting here thinking, I was like, you know what? I just want to do these movies. And I'm sure there are more. These are just the ones that, have always stuck with me after watching them. So.
I definitely should rewatch Stardust because I haven't seen that since it probably came out. So
I saw it in the theater.
Stuff like that. So that should be a fun one.
That was good.
Yeah.
Though, you know what? I did not like Shakespearean Love.
Oh, I liked it. I remember liking it. I don't remember that movie like as a film. But I remember I might
have watched it at a weird time in my life, so maybe that's why. Maybe I should give it another shot.
Sometimes it's hard, especially if you go back, I think, to older films, to really try to put yourself in the place of, this is how films were being made at the time. You have to appreciate it for what it is. I mean, if you go back.
That's why if it's Shakespeare, I don't care what it's set. It's Shakespeare. Like, I do like the way that, like, setting it in a different time can bring new life into it. I mean, the Leo, Romeo and Juliet, that's like one that is just visually very interesting
Yes.
for the time period it's set in. I loathe Romeo and Juliet, however.
Oh, okay.
They're 14, people.
But at the time,
this is ridiculous.
But weren't girls getting married off at that age in 15?
They were getting married off. But like when people talk about it being a fantastic love story, I'm just like,
yeah.
Okay. I'm real glad I'm not with who I was in love with at 14.
I know it. Oh my God. I'm sure we all feel that way.
Well, yeah. Though to be fair, I had no real life crushes. My crushes at 14 were Humphrey Bogart and Heath Ledger. So, you know, I'd be okay with either of them right now. But unfortunately, they're not with us.
Yeah.
Kathy, hi.
Hi, Kathy. Yeah, I think my crush at 13 was 14 was David Bowie in Labyrinth, which is all kinds of wrong when you think about it.
Nope, not wrong.
But
I've watched Labyrinth once, but I still love the Goblin King. You know.
Yeah.
You know. That's what it is. Okay. Moving on.
All right, we're gonna do a little decor. How much do I love this mudroom so much?
This is a mudroom?
Yeah, listen, that's why I put this in. This was a clip from the Instagram. Antique French terracotta flooring, hand-finished gray marble wainscoting, and a flower sink in this Connecticut estate's mudroom is the first line of defense from the horses and goats that roam just outside.
I mean, I would be extremely happy if this was my kitchen.
Yeah. I think part of it is the floor and then
the terracotta, yeah.
Yeah. But it's just all kinds of aesthetic goodness that I just ate it right up. You too, Mary. She says, me too. Oh, and Mary's like, it looks like a kitchen. I know. That's a mudroom.
It's lovely.
I know it is.
Well.
Sigh. And then this was just another really pretty picture that
the beams in this one.
I know the room. I do like a good piece.
It was the lemon wreaths, wasn't it?
It was a little bit of the lemon wreaths, but also the bar stools are made of that bamboo chinoiserie style, and I happen to really like that. So between that and the chinoiserie mirror on the left,
that mirror
put it all together
is amazing.
Yeah. I said, wrap it all up and send it over.
Bring it here, please. And then it's got like those shelves are like Sirocco, aren't they? Or like how?
Those are probably wood Florentine ones, but they could be Sirocco. I mean, from far away, who the heck would know or care?
You can't tell.
You can't tell.
I mean, given the cost of everything else, they're probably real and
they're
not
probably
60s plastic. But
right.
You can get that look, people.
Yes.
For a fraction of the cost.
Yes.
All right. So I'm starting with an exterior.
Woo!
So this is somebody I follow on Instagram, My English Country Cottage. So this is the same building. So the back side is cream and the front side is this dark blue. And it's a 400-year-old thatched English cottage. I mean,
wow. Yeah, the thatched roof.
How can you not? How can you not love it?
You have to love it.
And the rose and just the rambling roses and the like kind of wild, garden in the back. I love it. And the big field in the front.
Beautiful.
The little red door in that blue siding.
That is really different. I don't know if I've ever come across a house where one side was a different color than the other three sides.
Why not? People could think you have two houses.
Oh, sure. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying I don't think I've ever seen it before.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I had to go inside for some pictures too, because I mean, look at these beams. These beams.
Yes.
And then look at the old flooring on the right, like into that second building.
Yes.
It's very like, if you need cottagecore, this is the account for you to follow. She also has a blog where she like gives you book recommendations and such. And I love this, like she's got her roses dried and hanging from the beam there on the left.
So those are rose vines?
I think they're ones that she's cut and like has hung up there to dry. It's some kind of drying flower.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
So pretty.
If I had beams, I'd hang flowers off of it.
I'd hang potions ingredients because I would be a witch in my cottage. No. Or spices, whatever. What is a sauce but a potion? Pizza sauce especially.
Oh yeah.
It's the key to happiness. It's my liquid luck. Pizza sauce. Has a lot of garlic in it. All right.
Oh,
I digress.
Very good.
Now
I'm going to read just a few little slides about illustrated postcards. Basically because I wanted to look at some postcards. So we're going to just get a little bit of info on when the illustrations kind of started showing up. And my StreamYard logo is in front of it. But in the 1880s is when postcards started having little sketches or vignettes on the side. And then they wrote on the same side is, I guess, how it worked. Mm-hmm. And Germany is...
Where the back was address only.
Germany is the location of where like a lot of postcards were being produced. And as they dominated chromolithography, their choice of how things laid out really kind of like influenced the whole world. And as it went on in the future toward the Victorian era, they still were like the main producer of the postcards. Mm-hmm. And they're the ones who started the greetings from, so that Gruß aus, and then like in this little picture where I have the arrow, mm-hmm. Hamburg. So Gruß aus Hamburg. That's and now, yeah. So like that, it started with Germany. So when you look at the 50s postcards or whatever that says, greetings from California, I mean, you can trace it back to Germany in the 1880s. That whole kind of saying, I guess you could call it. And then let's see, at the end of the decade, Eiffel Tower, at the World Expo. Yeah, World Expo. This was a little tidbit of the French engraver Charles Le Bonny. I'm not sure exactly how to say it, but he made some postcards with the Eiffel Tower on it, and they became like super, super loved and popular. And so they started calling these postcards after his name, Le Bonny. I thought that was kind of an interesting historic tidbit. And let's see. Okay, so in 1893, so we've got the Chicago Exposition. There was a publisher named Charles W. Goldsmith, and he started the trend of having like official postcards for these kind of big events and expositions. And they were the first commercially produced pictorial postcards to be printed as a souvenir. So they started really become popular. I mean, they were really started to pick up steam. And then by turn of the century, 1900s, 1902, the British Post Office allowed messages to be written on one half of the side, normally reserved for the address, paving the way for the divided era of postcards, which left the reverse side free to be completely filled with an image. So
yes. And it gained popularity in the States around 1907 for the line.
Yeah. So this is basically when we start to see all of, the postcards that a lot of us who like antique postcards want to collect, where there is one image on one side. Let's see. So this time, of course, Golden Era Postcards. There's a quote from The Standard, which is a British newspaper, that says, and this is from 1899, "The illustrated postcard craze, like the influenza, has spread to these islands from the continent, where it has been raging with considerable severity." So definitely everyone was taking notice that postcards were the thing. Whoops.
Oh, you just gotta go to the next one. Okay. The next set of slides there.
Okay. Oh, and what is this? What else did I put in there? Oh, basically it was basically saying that they were so popular, they kind of became like today's text messages, where it was really cheap and convenient to send them back and forth. Right. So they were like constantly sending postcards to each other. And I think that's why sometimes we will find postcards that are like really oddly written on, where it's just like a sentence sometimes. And I think it's because that they're saying that sometimes there were 12 daily pickups a day of postcards during this golden era. So people were like literally using these postcards for like little teeny tiny messages.
Yeah. And some of them, like because I recently obtained a large amount of postcards, and some of them have the time stamped on them, not just the date. Like nowadays it's just literally, date, year, but they have the date and time that they were sent. Like I have somebody wishing somebody a happy Christmas, and they sent it on like December 24th at 9:08 in the morning. You're like, I was like, did they really think it was going to get there by Christmas? But apparently,
I think it did.
It did.
Yeah, it really did. It was like I didn't quite realize that either, that it was like it was like serious turnaround on these things. What else we got? Oh, I think so. We're done with that. So now I need to add to stream. So my little history tidbit on illustrated postcards was basically so that we could look at some fun Halloween postcards.
And I'm gonna go grab one so we can look at a real one here shortly.
Yeah. So basically, because we can't, I could try, but there's just so many different styles of postcards that I was just like, okay, I'm just going to concentrate on the most coveted, the Halloween postcard. So, and I don't have a ton to say about each of these. This is mostly just going to be a fun slideshow of some cool images that I found. Yes, Mary, yay! So, I will say I'm partial to some of the scarier ones and some of the ones with the ladies on them. And so I did pick a lot of those, even though there are plenty with like little children. I didn't feature as many with the cute little children on them. But how much do you love? I love this with the lady with like the Harlequin diamond dress on with her little ghost over her.
Who's the artist?
I don't know. I don't know anything about anything. I just picked a whole bunch of pretty pictures.
Well, there's one artist I know is pretty famous for these, is Ellen Clapsaddle.
Oh boy.
Because I happen to have one of hers.
What a name. Well, I just love it. I love the witch on the other side because the hat and the ribbon around the hat. I thought, oh, if I ever pick up another witch hat, which I need a black one, I want to do something like this. I want to get a ribbon and do like a crisscrossy styling to it.
She was an illustrator and commercial artist from the late 1800s, early 1900s, and she's recognized as the most prolific souvenir, postcard, and greeting card artist of the era.
And is it Clap with a K?
With a C.
With a C. Helen
Saddle.
Yeah. Clapsaddle.
So if you find her name on it, it's one to keep. Wow. Or sell for money.
Any Halloween postcard is one to keep. But now we know those will be even more valuable.
But they have been highly reproduced, so you got to make sure it's one that was postmarked and sent in the era. Ooh, the devils.
I do. I love a good little demon picture, and I found some good ones. This one on the right, the vertical one, it showed up a few times when I was searching Halloween postcards. So I'm assuming this is a very popular reused type of an image.
Yeah.
But I just love it. I love it. And most of these, I'm pretty sure, were created in Germany. I mean, maybe not all of them, but a lot of the ones that I did get information on from the libraries, most of them were all from Germany. Look at this. It's got jack-o'-lanterns in the little ghosty outfits riding
cats.
The cats.
Flying black cats.
Yes.
A thrilling Halloween.
Yes. So cute. And I found an old witch, so I threw her in.
And I love that they all have the apostrophe for the Halloween.
Why do they do that? Is that a German thing?
It's like All Hallows Evening. So it's all
okay.
Halloween. So All Hallows Evening.
Got it.
Halloween. Yeah.
And these. Okay. So of course I love the ladies.
With the moon. I want to make Rachel Maxey. We need this dress, please.
Yeah. Yes. But what is it just me, or is the moon looking at her rump?
He's looking at something.
And then in the other one, look at the pumpkin man.
I like the creepy little nymphs up on top. Actually, I want both of these dresses. Can I say? And I want her red boots.
Yeah, but some of these I can't read it really well with the slide thing over it.
I can read them.
Okay,
the one on the left says,
"Cute.
When the world is wrapped in slumber and the moon is sailing high, if you peep between the curtains, you'll see witches riding by."
So cute.
And then a Halloween wish on the other one. On Halloween, your slightest wish is likely to come true. So be careful or the goblins will spoil your wish for you.
I'm thinking she wants a little something from the pumpkin man, because she looks like she's all hot to trot. And
I think she's hoping the pumpkin man's going to turn into her.
I think they're funny.
Shiny knight. I love her. Did you see her headpiece? She's got like a moon.
Yes.
On her headpiece.
Yes. And there is, I got to find this on Etsy. There's an Etsy seller. She makes like headbands that are really pretty with the crescent moon, just like that. They're cute.
Mm-hmm.
I know, right, Mary?
He's into
that guy.
look at his face. He's not opposed.
I know.
I love the owl on the back of the broom.
He's like, help me.
he's like, I don't. He's like, is the moon looking at me?
Oh my goodness. And then I like these little squash pumpkin men. Like, it seems like
they're having some cake.
We have, unfortunately, in the development of Halloween as it's gone down decade by decade, we've just stopped with one squash head. But a lot of these Victorian postcards have these whole squash men. I mean, in this case, they have corn arms.
They have corn arms and legs.
I love these little vegetable men.
They're great.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They got radish hats.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of versions of these. It's, like it's more like a pumpkin whole man than just a head.
Yeah, I do. I want some cake now.
And here's another one. Another pumpkin man. And he's chauffeuring the witch around in the water squash mobile, whatever that is.
Is it a watermelon?
I don't know. It's probably squash.
Yeah.
But it's great.
I love her face. She's like she looks so like poised.
Yeah, I know it. Then I think I found another lady. Yeah, the one on the bottom I thought was really cool.
Pretty creepy.
But these were both from that Toronto Public Library collection. And a few of these, I thought it was fascinating, the whole idea of riding the cat. So, just seeing if a few of these had that image, and it's not something you really see anymore of like riding a flying cat.
The witch is bearded? The witch had a beard on the last one? Oh, no. It looks like she's wearing like a stock.
Oh, you mean like a little...
Maybe she might have a 5 o'clock shadow.
It could be the shading that just now looks like air. Let's see. What else did I find?
More pumpkin men.
I
love the one's dancing right there.
The one in the back where like the little demon is trying to poke him. I don't know. I just was loving the squash men.
They're good.
They're good. And you see how many of them, like how many different postcards have these kind of creatures.
Yeah.
I like them a lot.
I have never seen them with the corn appendages.
Yeah. All right. And then I have 3 kind of relating to the women looking in the mirror for their future. On this night of which I sing, Jack-o'-lantern is the king. His throne is made of looking glass to see your future as you pass. And then these next 2 are very similar. And I guess in the Victorian era, there was a kind of a myth or, legend.
There's also a thing with cutting an apple. And
that if they would look in the mirror, they would see the image of their future husband.
Which is why, you see, this one is lined with apples, and there's apples up there.
Yes.
Supposedly, if you, skin an apple, whole, keep it contiguous or whatever, and you drop it, it will, form the initial of your...
Oh, okay.
Intended.
Yes. So a lot of these kinds of images, they're if they're talking about the future, they mean the kind of the future husband or the future life prospect. And I think this whole legend of, the eve or midnight of looking in the mirror probably morphed into
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary, that horror story. I would venture to guess that somehow it got.
But she sees herself.
I know.
She's the one on the left. She's seeing a guy. I love the shadow of a witch in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think it's like wishing you a lucky Halloween. So wishing you the luck of seeing who you want to see in the reflection. And then this was just funny. These are it's a photograph. So someone created this scene in a cornfield with a few gents and some pumpkin heads, and the pumpkins are reading Heaven and How to Get There.
We hope we meet you there. That sounds like a threat.
But I thought that was pretty creative. And then I'm wondering if these are that artist you spoke of, because I found a lot of these or this image.
Like we'd be able to see her name.
Oh, you would? Okay. I don't know.
But tonight upon your pillow, close your eyes and hide your head, for the fairies and the goblins will be hovering round your bed.
Yeah, both of these postcards have the goblins, hovering.
Hold your candle steady and keep a sharp lookout, for back among the shadows. Oh no, that one's good.
Sorry.
It's something.
It's something.
I'm sure it's about goblins.
Yeah. But I don't know.
I love the fairies, though.
The fairies and the goblins together, I thought was fun. Hey, it's kind of like Labyrinth.
Goblin King, yes, please.
Yeah. Some more ladies.
Yeah, the one on the right looks very similar to Ellen Clapsaddle, but I can't read the tiny, tiny print.
Yeah, and I can't tell, but I don't know if the woman is wearing an owl as a hat, but I thought she was still fabulous.
She is. That's Neville. That's Agnes Longbottom when she was a young lady. Because when she's older, she wears the vulture. Now, Neville Longbottom's grandmother from Harry Potter. Sorry. Nerd alert. I want to make pumpkin wings.
Pumpkin wings. Yes, I was wondering if this if the nutshell and the fortune was something too, but I didn't look it up.
I will.
But I did like her stance, very much in the style of Lady Liberty.
Oh, yes.
Oh, hi, Helen.
Hey, Helen. So, a walnut. So, you write on paper various predictions, fold the paper in half, attach to the edges of a bowl, which you have filled with water. Take half of a walnut shell, turning it into a boat. Whichever piece of the walnut shell the boat sails to is your prediction for the next year.
That's an interesting tradition. I would like to see that in practice. What if your nutshell just floats there and doesn't sail?
Just stays
toward anything.
You're stuck forever in your current. But apparently it's a German thing.
Okay. Well, that would make sense.
Floating walnut shells in a bowl of water. The shells either come together or are drawn to the side of the bowl. According to the movements, good or ill luck is foretold to the players. Oh, there's a 1908 image of people staring at walnut shells in a bowl.
Neat. Very cool.
Anyway, Oh, it's the Krampus.
So technically, these aren't Halloween, but I was thinking Krampus postcards, an alternative that could work.
I sculpted a tiny Krampus for my friend and
Oh,
put
you
it
did?
on the page. Yes.
But these you could use for Halloween through to Christmas. So I just thought, let's throw in a Krampus.
It is funny that we don't have a bad guy to match with Santa. In France, they have Father Whipper, Père Fouettard, who would bring switches to whip the bad kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that Krampus on the bottom, he's got a switch in his hand.
Mm-hmm. But no, the Krampus packs him up in his pack and takes him away.
Yep.
So, if you want to make me bigger, I can show you too. I have a third Halloween postcard. I'm not exactly sure where it is right now. But, so this is one I just got. Take it out of its case here. This one is copyright 1907 by Fred C. Lounsbury.
Hi, Leanne.
So we've got, there's a bat and an owl, cat,
yes.
and moon, and there.
Ooh.
A jolly Halloween. And it says, when it's 12 by the clock, put your latchkey in the lock. Take the sweetest girl you know and say good night. Home you go.
Doesn't look like they're saying good night.
Well, they're saying good night. But then my favorite one, which is what I actually found in the wild when I got my huge lot of postcards, and it is postmarked 1911, printed in Germany by International Art Publishing Company. But it is an Ellen H. Clapsaddle.
Ooh.
So here we have.
I love that.
What is it? A thrilling Halloween. And it's got somebody is holding up this jack-o'-lantern to scare the crap out of this little kid. He's reading a ghost story. And there's like a word in the smoke.
Oh, neat.
And I think it says Knox. I don't know if it's supposed to, but there's definitely... Now, as a Harry Potter geek, I'm like, oh, that's what you say when you want the lights to go out. But, yeah, so... I was so excited.
That one is so beautifully preserved. I mean, the colors are they look like it was just printed yesterday.
No, it made the whole purchase worth it. Well, hopefully, eventually. But it's got, and this one was sent, October 23rd at 5:25 p.m.
Wow.
In Knoxville, Tennessee.
So neat.
Put it back in its. I'm trying to see if I can read what it says, but I can't. I have another one somewhere, and I'm not exactly sure where it is at this point in time, so that's fine.
That's all right. We are at 8, but I have a favorite thing
shimmy
to share. I have a friend, but I don't know if you saw my Instagram.
I did.
I have someone here having some tea next to me that I want to introduce.
I need to see her.
This is what I got last Tuesday at an estate sale. It's the full doll. And I've never had one with the full doll, and she came with the shoes. Look at her shoes.
Oh my God.
She has little witchy shoes. So I added the hat. She didn't come with the hat. This is how she came. But, hair is bad shape, but she's 100 years old.
Her finger waves are still there.
Yeah, she's 100 years old, so she looks all right. I mean, She looks like she's
Do you know anything about her maker or anything?
No, I don't. I would assume this is probably it would be great if it was a French one, but I don't know for sure. But she has this is one with the
strong makeup.
This is the one with the darker makeup, but I didn't care. I saw her in the pictures of the estate sale, saw it was a full doll, and like we were just talking at the lottery thing about like you asked me, wouldn't you buy one? I'm like, oh yeah, but they're hard to find and blah blah blah. What happens? I see one in the picture. I was up at 4:00 in the morning. I sat in my car for 5 hours before this estate sale started. I was second in line. Everyone was going downstairs to the basement for the toys, but there was a guy in front of me. So I knew I was solid on getting her. But I got her. She was $30. She wasn't like $5, but
I mean,
I got
her. Look at her dress.
And I was thinking of giving her a name, but I wasn't sure. I thought of maybe like, at first I was thinking of Zelda, because like that's kind of a good 20s name. But then I thought, I don't know if she likes Zelda. Thought of Beatrice. I thought of Evelyn, but I wasn't sure. Anyone have any ideas?
I like Zelda.
You like Zelda? Because
Zelda.
I think Zelda is like it's a good 20s name. So
well, and it can be witchy too.
Yeah, it could be witchy too. And I think I'm just gonna leave.
Hey, Julie.
You know, the hat's a little small, so if I find a bigger hat for her, I will definitely replace it. But for the moment, this was the only little hat I have.
She's perfect.
Yep.
Hi, Sky.
So I got myself a bed doll, or a poupée doll, or a salon doll, whatever you want to call it.
She's not a boudoir doll?
It's all the same.
She's all the things.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I did not find a quote for this week, though.
Hi, Julie.
I mean, I could grab my Shakespeare. We could flip it open, but I just can't right now.
It's okay. That's all right. We definitely made it our hour, so.
I've had a week.
Yeah. Is Mr. Jenna going to be okay with that in your bed? She won't go.
She just sits on a chair.
Yeah,
in the bed.
Most of my dolls go in the guest room, which is now Sky's room. So Sky, she lives with all of the dolls. And she's okay with it. I think she likes all the friends.
As long as they stay where they're supposed to be, dolls are fine.
Yeah.
Yes. What Kathy missed the beginning. Wait, we should go back. Kathy, we talked about you.
Yeah. How do we? Okay. There it is.
There's Kathy. We love your collections, Kathy.
Yes. I love the lipstick holder with the penny dolls idea. If I come across a lipstick holder that's more silver, I want to get it and do this. I love this idea so much. I want to copy you, Kathy.
We're inspired by you, Kathy.
Yes, you inspired me.
Yes, Julie, as long as their expressions stay as they were painted, that is perfectly fine.
Oh, I think that'd be kind of awesome if I saw one of my dolls wink at me. I'd be like, yeah. No?
Because then what's next? It's a slippery slope.
It just means she's happy. Happy she's home. Hi, friend.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us this evening.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Julie, are you all having your chat this evening?
Oh.
I know they do. She and Kate sometimes do a thing after us.
Oh, we all go over to see. Would it be on Releve or would it be on?
I don't know. She has to let us know if they're doing it this evening.
Yeah, let us know.
Because I get to sleep in tomorrow, so I don't have to go and pass out right now.
All right.
That's really channel tonight. I think it's just like in 20 minutes. I think it's 10:30 my time.
Awesome.
So I think it's
okay.
It's pretty soon.
Anybody where it is not your bedtime, go visit Julie and Kate over on Day Trip Vintage and have a little chat with them. Mm-hmm. We can all just bounce on over together as a group.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, perfect. That means we have just enough time to go get a snack, refreshment, and then we'll go hang out with Julie and Kate. So let's do that. All right. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out.
We'll see you next week on my channel.
Yes. See you next week. Bye, guys.